Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas?
We cut back.
I got a little carried away there. Rewind time. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone should bomb that building.
Bomb, 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 bomb.
Sandy Hook or Columbine?
One of your biggest tools as a magician is misdirection. But it's not enough to make someone look away. You have to give them something else to look at. If you don't want someone to look at your left hand,
Someone should bomb that building.
look at your right. They'll follow right along.
Read them and weep, everyone. Full house. Queens, full of aces, payday.
Not so fast. I've got the race card.
Boom! You always play the race card.
Well, I got the race card. Yeah, so what? Big deal.
And the ginger card. Should play the ginger card.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and it appears that YouTube has taken some action and suspended Ethan Klein and the H3 podcast for a period of 1 week, which tells me that this is their first strike, or their first active strike, because I think the second strike is 30 days, or at least 14 days. So they have one strike on the channel now. Strikes come off eventually after a certain period of time, and so they get a paid week off. Not really a big deal. They'll get a bunch of free advertising. They'll get a bunch of new sponsors, probably. You know, they'll get a bunch of new corporate sponsors after they made, the comments that they made. But I do think it's pretty interesting to see the reaction of Ethan. And I've said before, and I'll say again, that, you know, the dude is a dad and probably reacts a little more emotionally to these type of things than most people, or single people, maybe I'll say. But obviously the things that he said were heinous, and people are glossing over the fact that he said numerous other things in that podcast that, while necessarily don't offend me in their context, are at least definitely against community guidelines. And really, most people were just upset that, you know, the guy has no rules and can do whatever he wants. Meanwhile, you know, I can't even say, I'm out here saying AH and JD in my videos because I can't. I literally can't say their real names without getting hit with the yellow mark of sadness. Now, the reaction to the ban has been pretty interesting. His first tweet, none of this takes any responsibility, of course. Conservatives got triggered over jokes I told, and mass reported me. I got banned for a week and the episode was removed. If only they cared about kids as much as they do jokes. So I want to say sorry. Sorry y'all are such pathetic snowflakes. Now, what was the joke? Of course, him saying, hey, somebody should go turn that building into a crater at the NRA convention. I don't think it was a joke. I think he was like fantasizing, if I had to use the correct word about it. Do I think that Ethan Klein was literally commanding somebody to go do it? Of course I don't. But I also would not call it a joke. And I also would not call it conservatives getting triggered. You like literally said something heinous. And again, I want to be clear, it was not the only insane thing that you said. You also said something about, hey, I'd understand if people went into a Walmart and did something similar, all this kind of stuff. He's really hanging on that one particular thing in hopes that people will forget the other things. Now, by the way, again, I don't want him banned, but I will say the things that he has said would have led to a ban for anyone else. And it's very frustrating as a content creator who's constantly, nobody walks on more eggshells than I do, I don't think. You know, to watch a fellow creator be able to do whatever they want. This video had like 15 ad breaks in it, you know, was monetized up until the second it was removed. I can't even say celebrities' names without getting demonetized. And it's annoying. I wish that he wouldn't say these things so his channel wouldn't be at risk. He can say all the things he wants about conservatives and calling them this or that or making whatever this or that joke. But I don't think the things that he was saying were jokes. They were just like stream of consciousness. But they weren't jokes. They weren't like knock knock, who's there? And also, again, I'm not personally offended by the things that he said. I'm offended by the hypocrisy of YouTube. I sincerely, in every one of these videos where I cover another one of his bizarre meltdowns, I really do wish the best for him. I want him to remain on YouTube, to be able to support. He's got a big staff now, and a staff that was panicking while he was going on this unhinged rant because they knew that they were going to get struck. And I guess, you know, even though a lot of them have said heinous things about me, I give them credit for that. By the way, if you enjoy the content, I don't just cover Ethan's meltdowns. I cover pop culture, news, entertainment. Give the channel a try, or if you've been watching for a while, please consider clicking that red subscribe button down below. I'll greatly appreciate it. But and then thank you to those who are already subscribed. It's definitely been a struggle the past couple of months, so I appreciate that. So this was tweeted by Layla. In the same video where he spoke about doing the thing to the NRA, he also suggested the next terrible event should happen at Walmart. Guess kids' lives don't matter if they're at a grocery store.
I don't know how to make this joke without making people angry.
Generally, if you're going to say that, maybe don't make the joke. Now, I will say, I'm not the joke police. He can say what he wants as long as it's within the terms of service on YouTube. You know, I didn't flag his video where he was like outright breaking terms of service, calling, you know, if insulting my physical appearance, insulting my wife, I didn't report that video. I don't care. He can say whatever he wants. I just would expect YouTube force him to live by the same rules that the rest of us do. But, you know, this is a guy who's selling t-shirts to raise money to, you know, with his Teddy Fresh logo on it, of course, to make a donation. By the way, we're going to talk about that in a second.
Don't make it.
But it's
Again, the staff knows, like, don't make the joke.
good. I mean, it's a good joke.
Don't
It isn't a good joke.
make it.
Is it?
We're trying
I'm just
to
saying, if
wrap
you're going to
up.
shoot up anything,
Don't make it.
His own staff is like, no,
it's just
dude.
making you sing, we
Got
are
it.
Walmart. I
Cut
get it. Like, if
The staff is, even his wife is like, bro, just please don't torpedo our entire business.
they show, okay, if there was a shooting at Walmart, and then they
Got
show,
it.
wait,
There
stop.
was a shooting at Walmart. This is very insensitive. Stop making this joke.
Wait.
I don't know who that is on the show, but like, they literally were like scolding him, like, do not make this joke. It's insensitive. And then he's just like, no. I'm totally determined to torpedo our business. I want to make sure we get banned. And by the way, is he saying that this is just another edgy joke? I guess you could say in this context, it definitely is a joke. It's a joke that, given the context of his, you know, outrage and this and that and the other thing, he probably shouldn't have made at the time. I don't think that that's a joke that would violate TOS, but I mean, you know, it's not like it was just one off-the-handed remark. You know, this is also a video where he told people that they should go to, politicians' houses.
And
There's
then
literally a shooting at Walmart today.
Don't finish.
Let me
Finish it
finish.
when it's cutting out.
Let me finish. And then they showed me that video and said, this is what they were doing the day before. I'd be like, that's horrible, but I get it. I'm a comedian. Someone said, it just wasn't funny, Ethan. Straightforward
Would
as it
Netflix
gets.
pick this up? Yes or no? It's just a special about Walmart
one
and
episode.
mass shooting.
Jesus Christ. Wow, 50% no. That's okay. Tough crowd. Damn, tough audience.
No, it's probably because you've now courted kind of an audience that is more sensitive to this kind of thing. Again, are they? I mean, you know, I don't even think anything's, you know, they haven't even been buried yet. Making jokes about it, I'm not going to say it should be against the law or whatever, but you can't be surprised if people don't like them. Again, he goes on to continue to take no responsibility. I want to make it clear that I don't advocate for any bad behavior of any kind. That is obvious to anyone that watched this segment, and not just the 10-second clips that was used to misdirect attention. Yes, he did walk it back. He definitely also did mean what he said. It wasn't a joke. It's like what Schrodinger's douchebag, you know, it was just a joke, bro, after terrible things happen. Again, I don't care that the joke was made. I care that when you tell 35,000 people, you know, hey, someone should go do this, you know, you have some responsibility to understand that you have at least 5 lunatics in that group. All of us would. Anybody who has 35,000 people watching them should probably, you know, at least keep that in mind for things that they're going to say. Republicans are now the party of, you know, whatever. Nothing can misdirect from that. So I didn't do anything. It's everybody else's Republicans' faults. And then he manages in the third tweet to turn himself into the victim, which is just classic Ethan Klein. Where he's like, oh, well, I'm getting all sorts of heinous things said to me. So the last tweet, all that being said, I've never received so many threats and anti-Semitic stuff in my life. A lot of conservatives really, really hate Jewish people. To which I replied, they were just edgy jokes, Ethan, chill out. And, you know, again, Ethan loves to use that as a shield. I never even think about somebody's, like, what their religion is or what, like, I don't think about that stuff. And I would argue that the overwhelming majority of people don't. I see some of it in the comments, you know, but, like, it's nowhere near any number. Of course, he does the whole, you know, like the SJW thing, like, I did something bad, but please believe me, worse things are happening. You know what's also interesting? Now, again, I want to point out that there could be some weird issue with the bank where they have to, like, resend it because it was such a large amount. It's entirely possible. But Teddy Fresh claimed to have donated $50,000 to those affected by the incident. 3 hours later, it had disappeared. $50,000. You know, Teddy Fresh tweeted this out, and here was my picture yesterday. And you can see in the original picture there is an anonymous $50,000 donor, so they didn't change their name to anonymous. And then, you know, I like how they're using it. They're donated $50,000. I can't really. So a lot of people are pointing out. And by the way, if I go and look right now in this instant. By the way, Crater Clash donated $100K. That's amazing. But you could see now it's disappeared. So, you know, maybe the bank, you know, bounced it for some fraud issues, which is entirely possible. But neither Teddy Fresh nor H3H3 has made any kind of comment on it. So people are wondering, you know, this is from the sale of all those T-shirts, you know, that help promote your brand. For some reason, it's not on here anymore. I don't have any problem with people doing this, you know, promoting their brand in here when they're going to donate this much money. But people are wondering where that money went. I'm assuming it was maybe the donation was just an edgy joke. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do make sure you click that like button and you subscribe, and we'll talk to you again real soon.